The impossible monuments of Peru. Evidence of an alien civilization? High in the dry Andean highlands of Peru lies a mystery that continues to defy modern science. Among endless valleys and mountain ridges stand ancient monuments built with precision that should have been impossible for their time. Massive stone blocks weighing dozens of tons fit together so tightly that not even a sheet of paper can pass between them. Pyramids rise from the desert sands and strange elongated skulls have been unearthed, shaped unlike any human we know today. Are these simply the works of ancient ingenuity? Or could they be the traces of a far greater civilization, one that might not have originated on Earth? Let's join Stickman Quest and travel through the legendary ruins of Peru to uncover the truth behind the impossible monuments. 1. Ollantaytambo, the fortress above the clouds. At over 2,700 meters above sea level lies Ollantaytambo, both a fortress and a temple built deep in the sacred valley of the Inca. Official history says it was constructed around 1440 AD under Emperor Pachacutec. Yet many researchers believe the Inca merely built upon something much older, remnants of a lost civilization that existed long before them. The most impressive structure is the Temple of the Sun. Here, enormous pink granite blocks, some weighing up to 70 tons, are carved and assembled so perfectly that no gaps exist between them. There's no mortar, no metal tools, and yet the joints are flawless. Some even show signs of having been softened or melted, suggesting an unknown technique, the so-called stone softening technology that may have been lost to time. Similar patterns appear at Stonehenge in England and the Aswan quarries of Egypt, sites separated by oceans, yet sharing the same impossible precision. The walls at Ollantaytambo contain smaller interlocking stones placed between massive ones, creating a seamless mosaic that has withstood centuries of violent earthquakes. Strangely, many stones feature protruding knobs identical to those found in ancient Japan, China, and Egypt. Coincidence? Or evidence of a shared, forgotten knowledge, perhaps global in nature? 2. The impossible stone-cutting technology. Some blocks at Ollantaytambo have perfectly flat surfaces and 90-degree angles, cut with the precision of modern machine tools. But the Inca only had bronze chisels and stone hammers. How could such exact work have been achieved? Many theorists suggest that ancient builders might have used intense heat, sound vibrations, or chemical reactions to soften stone, allowing them to mold it like clay. Others point to key lock joints carved into the blocks, hinting at the use of metal fasteners, a level of engineering far ahead of its time. Even today, engineers admit that recreating these techniques would be extremely difficult. It seems as if Ollantaytambo was not just a temple, but a masterpiece built with technologies beyond the known capabilities of humankind. 3. The mystery of moving 70-ton stones. Up a mountain. On the temple's summit stand 6 huge red granite monoliths, each transported from a quarry miles away, across rivers, valleys, and steep slopes. How could ancient builders have moved them? There were no wheels, no cranes, no steel cables. Even today, moving a 70-ton block would require hydraulic jacks, reinforced vehicles, and specialized cranes. Yet these people did it without any of those tools. Some suggest they understood levitation, resonance, or magnetic fields in ways we cannot yet comprehend. Could Ollantaytambo be proof of a lost high-tech civilization, or the handiwork of visitors from the stars? 4. Caral, the oldest city in the Americas. If Ollantaytambo is a symphony of stone, Caral is a city reborn after 4,500 years of silence. Buried beneath desert sands, Caral was once a vast trading hub connecting the Pacific coast, the Andes, and the Amazon jungle. Home to about 3,000 people, it featured residential districts, temples, and marketplaces, all laid out in a remarkably modern urban plan. At its heart stands a pyramid, nearly 30 meters tall, covering 2 hectares, about 4 football fields in size. From a circular plaza below, a wide staircase ascends to the summit, where sacred fires were said to burn a day and night. Some researchers believe Caral also functioned as an ancient observatory aligned with celestial movements. What's astonishing is that Caral was built around the same era as the pyramids of Egypt and the ziggurats of Mesopotamia. Could this be a coincidence or evidence that these distant civilizations shared contact or guidance from a common source? Perhaps knowledge once flowed across oceans, carried by beings humanity has long since mythologized as gods. 5. The elongated skulls of Nazca. Around 500 AD, the city of Cahuachi, capital of the Nazca civilization, mysteriously vanished. When archaeologists rediscovered it in the early 20th century, they found dozens of elongated skulls buried beneath the sands. These skulls, stretched upward and backward, looked eerily non-human. Mainstream anthropology explains them as the result of cranial deformation, a ritual practiced by binding infants' heads to signify nobility or spiritual status. Such traditions existed from Africa to Central America and ancient Iran, but others argue the shape was meant to imitate the gods. Beings with tall heads and large black eyes, strikingly similar to modern depictions of gray aliens. Geologist Robert Schoch proposed that head deformation might also alter consciousness, allowing people to connect with higher realms. Could these rituals have been an attempt to mimic or communicate with visitors from beyond the stars? 6. Viracocha, the staff god. In 2003, archaeologists in Caral discovered a carved figurine of a standing man holding two staffs, dated to over 4,300 years old, long before the rise of the Inca. The image perfectly matches that of Viracocha, the great creator god of the Andes. From Tiwanaku to Machu Picchu, the same staff god motif appears everywhere, etched into walls and temples spanning millennia. Why would the same figure appear across vast distances and centuries, unchanged? Was Viracocha merely a symbol, or a real being who once walked among ancient people? A teacher? Perhaps even a traveler from another world? If so, then mythology might not be fantasy at all, but humanity's fragmented memory of contact with advanced beings, later deified as gods. 7. Lessons from ancient stones. The monuments of Ollantaytambo, Caral, and Nazca remind us that human history may be far older and far stranger than we imagine. They show that even without modern machines, humanity once achieved feats of astonishing complexity. Maybe we don't yet know who built them or how, but one truth remains clear. Knowledge never truly disappears. It only waits, buried in the earth, until we are ready to rediscover it. Perhaps the so-called ancient astronauts were not aliens at all, but symbols of wisdom, curiosity, and the eternal human drive to reach beyond our limits. And that might be the real legacy left behind by the builders of Peru. So what do you think? Were these monuments the work of advanced humans or visitors from the stars? Share your thoughts below. And if you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to Stickman Quest, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the next mystery. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next adventure.